so excited to be back with you guys. And just to throw it out there, life is never perfect, guys. And we live in an industry where like so much depends on us. And one of my biggest passions, and one of the reasons why I really love to do the show, is because I have such a passion to help you become a business owner, not a job owner. And I am telling you, if I did not have systems in place and people in place and tech in place and loyal clients, I would not have 4 new transactions under contract and like 6 new listings on top of other listings. Actually, I think it's 7 or 8 new listings. Anyway, that's because I have sown the seeds. And even if I am literally almost on bed rest for an entire month and have 4 surgeries, I still have business coming in. And thank God, you sow the seeds and then God shows up and does the rest. Like, that's what I believe. And thank you so much for, I'm really glad to be back with you guys. And Jeremy, by the way, did the show last week. He will be coming back to talk about video probably next week. So we're actually going to Cabo next week with all of the franchisee folks at JPAR, and I'm super excited. But we will have a show for you guys next week. Okay. So with that, let's dig in. And somebody asked me actually over the past few weeks, and then it was in a survey yesterday, what are we doing to get ready for 2024? Do you have an answer for that yet? And no shame if you don't, but I would love to hear what you guys are planning on doing, because it's almost here. And guys, the seeds that we sow today in real estate really start to blossom 3+ months from now. Rarely, it's more than that. Somebody said recently, it was my coach, because y'all, I pay top dollar for a coach that specializes in couples that work together in business, because that was one of the things me and my husband needed. I love coaching. I believe in coaching. And they said this, and they said marketing is a game of farming, not hunting. And so many times we get this in our minds that we're just going to do work and the result shows up tomorrow. You don't go hunting when you market, you go farming, you sow the seeds. Okay. And you build relationships over time with people. And so what we do today literally will define your success in 2024. And it is so critical that we get a plan. And so I'm going to share with you guys what I am doing. And when I say what I am doing, it's not because I value these things over other things. I look at the market and I say, I will make money if I solve problems in the market, period. I will make money if I solve problems and I know how to communicate how I can solve that problem better than other agents can. And then I have to get in front of people. I have to be able to convert them. And it's a lot easier to convert somebody if I'm solving a real problem for somebody. And did you also ever hear the saying that the higher the level of problem, the more money you get paid? What we have to do in 2024 is we can't just go out there and expect to start working in January, February, March and have a good selling season. Like, selling season next year depends on what you do today. We cannot get complacent. I mean, I literally was practically on bed rest and it like still hurts to talk right now. And guess who is planning? Me. And you have to do it. We all have to be doing this like right now. It matters between making or breaking you next year. What are we going to be doing? Look at the market trends, find problems. And one of the things that we have got to do is we have to get creative. The days are long gone that we can just have a license, be a respected professional. Like, as a matter of fact, people in general kind of hate real estate agents. So we have to get creative. We need to think outside of the box. Do you know about alternative types of financing? Did you know that JPAR, we even have partners in some areas where there are creative financing for buyers. And if JPAR doesn't provide it in your area, you can easily find something like that. Start going to investor meetups. Like, we have to get creative and start thinking outside of the box. Get familiar with market trends. See how you can solve some of those market trends. What are consumers saying? What do consumers need? Start thinking outside of the box and get creative. That could be that you take that as creative content, video, online, whatever, creative things to offer. If you have opt-in funnels or you're running ads or anything like that, it could be that you offer something creative where people will opt in and give you their information. So for prospects, we have to start thinking outside of the box. So that's number one. Number two, Are you ready? Is get lean, trim the fat. And I can safely say this now because they've all moved on and they're very happy, but I had to trim the fat from my team. If somebody's not on board with your vision and they're not pulling as hard as you are, it might be that you need to trim the fat with people. It might need to be, you need to trim the fat with looking at this form of advertising. And is it really bringing you a great result? Have you been spending money on this program or that program and it hasn't given you results? Like, trim the fat. You know what? The hardest thing for me, people always think I'm some hard ass. I'm not. I care so deeply about people that sometimes I can't even have that many friends because like I care so deeply about people, and it's really hard to make hard decisions that involve people in your business. That for me has been the hardest freaking thing about being a business owner is at this point, oh my gosh, this is like little teeny tiny compared to so many other entrepreneurs in the world, but I carry it like the weight of the world on my shoulders. Like I literally probably with all the different families between team members and employees, about 20, 25 people that if I fall apart, they fall apart. If I don't make money, they don't get paid. I carry that really, really, really heavily. And that is really hard to deal with as an entrepreneur. But you have to look at your business. It is a child. It's your child. And all the people that are allowed access to that child, that business, your name, your brand, your business. Start thinking this way. Another coach told me this a few years ago. Everyone that has access to your business is like the same thing as letting someone have access to your child. And how well are they taking care of it? If you're not comfortable with how that answer lies, trim it, trim the fat, because what you're building is important and it matters. So let's get lean. Let's do what we have to do to run efficiently. I know it's hard, but it's time for you to start thinking about these big things. If you want to do big things, you got to think about big things. Okay. So number 3, now we have to get focused. If you can't recognize this yourself, I would literally say the reason why the top 1% of agents is so far separated from the other 99 is because the other 99 are just out there not being focused. And we have to focus on the right things. There is a formula to success. You've got to get focused. Guys, it is not going to help you to go to 5 classes a week. Classes are meaningless unless you implement what you're learning. I love you guys. If I tell you these things. So you've got to get focused. You have to do hard things. I would say if it feels uncomfortable, that is what you should be focusing on. Video, calling people, going to networking events. And for some of you, the networking events and things like that, that's the easy part. But for most people, it isn't, like over 50%. If it feels hard, you should probably be focusing on it, like having a business plan. Some of you, that makes you just want to I love business plans. I've actually literally thought somebody could just pay me to do business plans all day long and I'd be happy as a client if that was a job. I love it, but you have to actually implement what's in that plan too and carry through to the end. Get a plan, get focused, and do those things. Like a mediocre plan executed consistently will always outperform somebody who is striving for perfection who never starts, or who executes 1 week and then grows weary in their soul and they just quit. So we've got to get focused and we've got to get a plan together. So number 4, this is such a big one. And I feel like real estate agents really fight this. And I understand why. Because you can help everybody. But guys, there are riches and niches. I know this girl who does really well and all she does is short sales. But she calls herself the short sale queen and she does a ton of business. I know people who focus on foreclosures. I know people who focus on first time home buyers. I know people who focus on VA. When you have a specific voice, people are drawn to you, but people ignore you. If you don't have a message that speaks to somebody, and when I say a message, like you should be telling people about your business, you should be running ads. If you pick a track and you market yourself to a specific niche, you will see your business drastically increase because people are going to be drawn because you're the expert in that area. Now, it can't just be marketing. I need you to also do the work to become the freaking badass that you're saying that you are on all your marketing. If you are going to take classes and you want to go into VA, go take some VA classes. That's just an example. It could be anything. Like I specialize in a lot of investments now, and I actually have an in-house crew that does renovations. So we have a very specific type of seller that we're usually speaking with. And that has done great. And it's going to be crazy in 2024 how it does. So pick a niche. And I promise you, you will see your marketing dollars go farther. You will see people start to come to you for advice on whatever niche it is that you pick to be. A couple more things. Guys, I am building my online presence too. I did not start my business online. I started it by literally becoming amazing at converting cold phone calls into warm leads because I had no circle of influence, like at all. I was 25 and I knew nobody, and I actually didn't even know anything about real estate either, but I was really good at conversion. And I was like, I'm not going to eat unless I pick up the phone. So I built my business originally off of online leads, and pretty much that was it. So here's the thing. You have got to get online. You have got to do video. I love YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. That's where I'm really starting to build up my presence. And actually, if you guys are interested in that, you should comment or send me a chat, because I'm actually starting a program that you can join where my team is actually going to help you do it. They help me do it. Within a week, I was basically invited to be a content creator on all the platforms because my stuff was getting watched, because I listened to my coaches and my people and my experts that told me what to do. And so I am also building up my online presence right now too. And you will be left behind. I'm telling you, there's a $1.8 million listing that we've got a shot at right now. And guess what she wanted to know? Reviews. Send me your reviews. That's what she wanted to know. And she wanted online reviews. And she was like, I'm going to literally just read those, and then I'll call 3 people and we're going to interview them. I'm building that up, and you have got to be doing that as well. So this is my paid coaching program. But if you're interested in it, I would love to have you guys. I'm only doing this program once, and it's only 5 to 12 people. One time, you're working with me and my team for like 6 months almost. If you want more info, you can send me an email to jennaharris@jpar.com. We start the last week of November, and we're just going to be doing onboarding and like vision boarding and business plans and things like that as we take breaks through the holidays. And then January, we hit it hard. So let me know if you're interested in that. So the last thing, guys, is get online and get video. Let's summarize. Get creative, get lean, get focused. That also means to get a plan, get niched, and get online with video. You've got to do it. You've got to do it. And then last but not least, we need to put all of this into a plan. My heart goes out to real estate agents because I know exactly how you feel. I am still in full-time production. It is how we have put food on the table for my family for a decade. We understand it. We get it. And I have built businesses wrong, and I have built them right. And let me tell you something. Too few agents have a real plan. You have to take yourself seriously. This is a business that can totally change your life. It can give you everything that you want. It can give you a legacy. It can give you freedom of time. It can give you freedom of income. It can give you a lot of things, but you will not get there and have both financial freedom and freedom of time, which also means like lifestyle freedom, without a plan. We've got to get on that before the end of 2023. Like, we've got to get on it today. I'm so glad you guys joined me today. We can all win. We can be super successful in 2024, and let's start to lay the bricks to that success today. So thank you for joining me. Jenna Harris at jpar.com is where you can reach me. If you guys want any information on the paid coaching program coming up, you will spend nearly 6 months with me and my team every single week pushing your business forward. You guys have an amazing day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.